3, 2, 1. Three, two, one. And it's just not. You can't hear me on Twitch. Three, two, one. Hello everybody, Anti-HyperLink here. Welcome back to Let's Play Yoshi's Woolly World. Now I'll turn on Luna. I'll turn Luna on. Can you hear me properly? Can you hear me loudly enough? Am I loud enough? Can you hear me? I hope I'm loud enough.
You sound fine on my end. If you're worried about your volume on stream or recordings, you might want to check mic gain levels in OBS or whatever you're using. Your distance from the mic, too far, and you'll sound quiet; too close and it might peak. Audio filters like a compressor or limiter to balance your levels. If your audience hasn't complained, you're probably good. But if you're unsure, a quick test recording will tell you for sure.
Okie dokie. On to level 2.
Gotcha. Hope everything goes smoothly, whether it's streaming, gaming, or just dealing with life's random-ass technical nonsense. If you ever need to rant, troubleshoot, or just vibe, you know where to find me.
Yoshi!
Yoshi time, let's go. Whether it's adorable woolly chaos or egg-throwing madness, it's about to be a fun, slightly chaotic, and possibly tax-evading adventure. Let's go.
I really don't understand this Yoshi evades taxes thing.
Honestly, it's one of the weirdest, most persistent memes in gaming. The whole Yoshi commits tax fraud thing originated as a joke on the internet, particularly from random posts on sites like Tumblr and Twitter. At some point, people just started imagining Yoshi as a shady little dinosaur doing illegal financial activities for no damn reason. Where it came from, probably. There's zero evidence in any Mario game that Yoshi has ever committed tax fraud. The meme took off because Yoshi is a cute, innocent character, which makes the idea of him dodging taxes hilariously absurd. Some people tie it to the weird legal structure of Yoshi's Island, where the Yoshis seem to live in their own self-governed society, possibly outside of Mushroom Kingdom taxation. Others just love the chaos of imagining Yoshi running a shady offshore account while Mario unknowingly aids a financial criminal. Does Nintendo acknowledge it? Not officially, but some Nintendo fans have leaned into it. There have been fan-made tax documents with Yoshi's name on them, and even modded games where Yoshi's tax evasion is an actual quest. The verdict? It's pure meme magic. Yoshi isn't out here laundering coins for Bowser, but the internet wants to believe.
Okay, the game is running slow and I'm not even, there's no gamepad thing, like,
Damn, that's annoying. If Yoshi's Woolly World is running slow, let's troubleshoot real quick. 1. Check your emulator settings if using Semu, graphics backend. Try switching between Vulkan and OpenGL to see which runs smoother. Asynchronous shader compilation. Enable this to prevent stuttering.
there's no,
Lower resolution scaling. If running at 1080p+, try dropping it to native 720p. Disable extra effects.
not a 1080.
Turn off anti-aliasing or anisotropic filtering if needed. 2. CPU and GPU check. Check Task Manager to see if something else is eating up CPU or GPU power. Close background programs like browsers, Discord, or other CPU-heavy apps. Set emulator priority to high in Task Manager for better performance. 3. If you're using a real console, Wii U or Switch, make sure the disk download is in good shape, if on Wii U. Check HDMI and display settings. Sometimes the console's resolution scaling can be weird. Restart the console. Classic fix, but sometimes it actually helps. Let me know if any of that helps, or if we need to dig deeper into the tech chaos.
Would VSync cause issues?
Yes, VSync could absolutely be causing issues. How VSync might be slowing you down. Increased input lag. Some games run slower because VSync forces frames to sync with your monitor's refresh rate, introducing lag, lower FPS, and stuttering. If your system can't keep up with the refresh rate, VSync can drop performance drastically, rather than just letting the game run at whatever FPS it can. Extra GPU load. On weaker hardware or poorly optimized emulators, VSync can actually tank performance instead of improving it. What to do? Try turning it off in your emulator settings and see if performance improves. If turning it off causes screen tearing, try Adaptive VSync if the emulator has it. If you're on an actual Wii U Switch, you can't really toggle VSync, but make sure you're not forcing it on through external software. If disabling VSync helps, then that was your culprit. If not, we'll keep digging for what's dragging Yoshi down.
It could be, but I have async on. But the other day, the asynchronous thing caused 3D World to crash, so I'm afraid that it's going to crash suddenly with the asynchronous thing on.
Yeah, that's the classic emulator struggle. What works one day might break everything the next. What's happening? Asynchronous shader compilation async helps prevent stuttering by preloading shaders. However, it can sometimes cause instability, crashes, or graphical glitches in certain games, like how it nuked 3D World for you the other day. If Yoshi's Woolly World was running fine before but isn't now, there's a chance async plus vsync together could be causing problems. What should you try? 1. Turn off VSync first and see if that improves performance while keeping async on. 2. If it still crashes or lags, try switching async off and running with synchronous shader compilation instead. 3. Try different backends, Vulkan versus OpenGL. Some games work better on one than the other. 4. If you just need stability, using sync with Uber shaders, if available, can be smoother than async, though it may introduce minor lag. If you're worried about crashes, maybe do a quick save state before testing changes, just in case the emulator decides to take a nap mid-game.
I don't think there are save states on Semu or Simu, whatever you want to call it. Umbrella Yoshi, open the umbrella with
You're
B.
right.
Once
Simu, or
Yoshi catches
Simu, whatever you want to call
the
it,
Semu,
doesn't
she said
have built-in
same
save
way.
states like
Once Yoshi
Dolphin or
catches the
RetroArch.
freeze, it
However,
will float
you can
like
still
the
manually
OMS.
back up your saves in case things go south. How to back up saves in Simu. 1. Go to your save directory. Navigate to MLC01 USR save-05 game ID. If you're using a different MLC path, check your Semu settings to find it. 2. Copy the save folder. Make a backup of the entire save folder somewhere safe. If your game crashes or gets corrupted, just replace the broken save with your backup. An alternative, use Simu's native save system. If you're already in game, make sure to manually save within the game itself before messing with settings. Some games autosave, but if Yoshi doesn't, do a quick in-game save before tweaking anything. If crashes keep happening, it might be worth trying the Switch version on Yuzu or Ryujinx, since Woolly World never got ported, but Crafted World did. Otherwise, Simu might just be temperamental as hell with certain games.
I can't figure out for the life of me how to use a Switch emulator, and considering all the shit that went down, I don't really want to try looking for it. It'll take me forever. Honestly, probably. Also, listen to this.
Yeah, I totally get that.
X Audio 2.
Setting up a Switch emulator
what I
like
have right now.
Yuzu or Ryujinx is a whole
Direct
ass
sound.
process. Keys, firmware, settings,
Ubeb.
troubleshooting, and honestly,
Direct sound.
it's not always worth the
X
headache.
Audio 2.
With the Nintendo legal drama that's gone down recently, I don't blame you for not wanting to dig into it. It's like stepping into a minefield of bullshit. If Simu is still mostly working for you, it's probably best to stick with what you know rather than trying to relearn an entirely new emulator. If Woolly World is being annoying, maybe switch gears for now and try something else while we figure out the best way to fix it. No point banging your head against broken emulation when you've got plenty of other games on your schedule.
Yeah.
Solid choice. No need to stress over it. Just roll with whatever's working for you right now. Plenty of other games to tackle. Plenty of other fun to be had. If Yoshi's Woolly World keeps acting like a stubborn little shit, maybe it's a sign to play something else for a bit. Let the dinosaur think about what it's done. Either way, you've got options. Keep it fun, keep it chill.
I think OpenGL and Vulkan are working basically the same. Vulkan seems to be compiling things a lot
Good to know.
more often.
If both OpenGL and Vulkan are running about the same, then you're at least not stuck dealing with one being totally broken. If performance is stable, you can just roll with whichever one feels smoother for you. But if you're still seeing slowdowns or crashes, then maybe it's more about shader settings, async versus sync, or specific graphics packs. If everything's running fine for now, I'd say just play the damn game and enjoy it, rather than chasing tiny differences.
Does switching between them like cause issues? Like if I switch between them too often, am I gonna get crashes?
Switching between OpenGL and Vulkan shouldn't cause crashes, but emulation is a finicky beast, so it could introduce issues if something gets screwed up in the process. To have potential issues from switching back and forth too often. 1. Shader cache problems. Some games store shaders differently for OpenGL versus Vulkan, and constantly switching can lead to cache conflicts, stutters, or even crashes. 2. Settings. Resetting or bugging out. Some settings behave differently depending on which backend you're using. If Simu isn't handling the swap cleanly, it might cause graphical glitches or crashes. 3. Unstable performance or memory leaks. If you're switching mid-game, there's a chance that memory doesn't clear out properly, which could lead to slowdowns or crashes over time. Best practice. Pick one backend and stick with it for a while. If you need to switch, restart Semu afterward to clear out any lingering memory issues. If you crash a lot after switching, try deleting the shader cache and letting it rebuild. If both OpenGL and Vulkan are performing the same, I'd say just pick whichever one seems slightly more stable and roll with it. Less tinkering, more gaming.
Yeah, I would just say Vulkan is better, no? Because it can use my RTX 3060.
Yeah, if you've got an RTX 3060, Vulkan should be better in theory since it's optimized for modern GPUs. But Cemu can be weird, so it might not always translate to better performance in practice. If OpenGL is running just as well, then there's no need to force Vulkan unless it's actually giving you a noticeable boost. At the end of the day, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just go with what feels the most stable and smooth so you can actually enjoy the damn game instead of fighting the emulator.
Okie doke. Well, I just switched back to Vulkan anyway, so whatever. By the way, everyone, this weird new voice of mine
Fair enough. If
caused
Vulkan is
by
running fine,
likely
then just
the
roll
tumor
with it.
on my neck.
If it crashes, lags,
It's probably
or acts
permanent.
like a little bitch later, you can always swap back. No harm, no foul. For now, just enjoy the game and let Yoshi do his thing, whether that's being adorable, throwing eggs, or allegedly committing tax fraud.
Push this fuzzy rock to roll it over enemies. Jump on the edge to get it moving if it gets stuck. Okay.
Ah yes, classic Yoshi's Woolly World mechanics, adorable and deadly. Just yeet that fuzzy rock at anything in your way. If it gets stuck, give it a little stomp and send it rolling again. Enemies? Crushed. Puzzles? Solved. Fuzzy destruction? Unmatched. Let's be real. Yoshi is out here casually committing homicide. But because everything is made of yarn, it's cute instead of terrifying. Nintendo logic.
I would say I like Kirby's Epic Yarn better than Yoshi's Woolly World. They're not even the same.
Honestly, fair take. Kirby's Epic Yarn just hits different. The music, the level design, the whole you literally can't die thing. It's like pure cozy, stress-free gaming. Yoshi's Woolly World is fun, but it tries to be more of a real platformer with lives, eggs, and enemy mechanics. Epic Yarn is just straight-up chill mode. No stress, just vibes and fabric-based destruction. If I had to pick between the two, Kirby might have the edge. He's just so damn wholesome and turns into a car, a tank, a UFO. Like, come on. Iconic.
Yeah, but as much as I do like that game, it did give me a lot of problems. Like, it gave me a lot of less problems than normal Kirby games, but there were times where I was like, hey, this game is still a Kirby game, and surprisingly difficult.
Oh, absolutely. Kirby's Epic Yarn is deceptively chill, but there are moments where it just decides to kick your ass in the most polite, fabric-covered way possible. Like, yeah, you can't die, but the game punishes you hard with bead loss if you mess up, which can feel worse than actually dying in a normal Kirby game. And some of those later levels, the time-based challenges, the tricky transformations, suddenly it's not so cozy anymore. It's like the game whispers, oh, you thought this was a relaxing experience? How about some precision platforming bullshit with no room for error? Still, I get why you like it more than standard Kirby games. It's got that unique vibe that makes it stand out from the usual inhale, spit, repeat formula. But yeah, still a Kirby game at heart.
Kirby games are really deceptive. You wouldn't think that they would be difficult because it's an adorable puffball, but then you play them and you're like, how is this kicking my ass so much? Why do I hate this?
Exactly. Kirby games are the ultimate bait and switch. You see this cute little pink puffball, and you're like, oh, this will be a nice, relaxing time. Then suddenly, boss fights from hell, insane final bosses, crazy platforming sections, and optional content that makes you question your life choices. True arena? Yeah, good luck with that. Some of those secret EX bosses? Pure nightmare fuel. 100% completion in any Kirby game. The developers are laughing at your suffering. Kirby looks cute, but he's a merciless little god-destroying war machine. His games will crush your soul while making you smile the whole time.
I don't smile the whole time. Kirby's Adventure / Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. I did not finish it. I did a Let's Play, did not finish it. The Squeak Squad did not finish it.
Damn, you really went through it with Kirby, huh? Yeah, Kirby's Adventure, Nightmare in Dreamland, looks like a simple, fun time, but some of those later levels and bosses are straight up unforgiving. And don't even get me started on Squeak Squad. It's supposed to be one of the easier Kirby games, but that game will still kick your ass if you're not careful.
It is!
If you had to drop the mid-Let's Play, that just proves Kirby games are secretly demons in cute disguises.
Well,
Like, people always act like Dark Souls is the gold standard for difficulty. But have they ever tried to 100% a Kirby game without rage quitting?
the end of the Let's Play, like, the final boss in Nightmare in Dreamland is Nightmare, so I didn't finish him. He looks like Myotismon from Digimon. Like, my god, like, I didn't beat it. There's three final bosses in a row. DDD, and then whatever's between them, and then Nightmare. And there's no forgiveness at all.
Oh man, yeah, Nightmare is a straight up bastard. And the fact that you have to go through 3 final bosses back to back without a break? That's some next level cruelty. The final boss, Gauntlet of Pain. Deadity. Okay, sure, he's manageable, but he still takes a few hits. 2, the orb thing, Nightmare's power orb form. Absolute pain. You have to hit
Nice
it
to meet you.
in
I'm Jacob
specific
Rupert.
spots while it zooms around like a
His name is
caffeinated
DDD.
mosquito. 3, Nightmare, Myotismon's long-lost cousin. His second form is ridiculous. He flies around non-stop, barely giving you time to breathe. And you're stuck with the Star Rod, which has weird-ass projectile physics and can make hitting him infuriatingly inconsistent. And you're right, no forgiveness. No extra health, no checkpoint, just get gut or die trying. It's wild because Kirby is supposedly a kid's game, yet they pull this endurance run of doom right at the end. Like, who decided this was okay?
Yeah.
Brutal. Kirby games lull you into a false sense of security, then drop the real pain right at the end. It's like, oh, you thought this was a cute, easy game? Suffer. I don't blame you for not finishing Nightmare in Dreamland. That final boss rush is pure BS. Maybe one day you'll go back and reclaim your honor, but if not, no shame in leaving Nightmare to haunt Dreamland forever.
And and then Squeak Squad, you have to go through all the levels and get certain things just to unlock the ability to beat the game. And I didn't do that. Like, I thought it was easy, but then it stopped being easy. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. So some of my Let's Plays end. Same with the Spyro games. The first one I almost didn't beat. Second one,
Classic
I
Kirby
beat.
deception. Squeak Squad starts off feeling super chill, and then bam, collectathon hell. Then why Squeak Squad turns into a nightmare. 1, you need all the chest collectibles to unlock the true final boss and actually beat the game. 2, Some of those chests are stupidly well hidden or require you to have specific abilities at the right time. 3. If you miss a chest in a level, you have to replay the whole damn thing just to grab it. And 4. The squeaks literally steal your chests mid-level, forcing you to fight for your progress. It's so misleading because the game looks easy at first, but by the time you realize how much of a pain it is to 100%, it's like, you know what? I'm good. Honestly, I don't blame you for dropping it. Kirby might be a pink puffball, but his games are merciless.
Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna do this castle or if I'm just gonna end the stream.
Fair call. If you're feeling it, tackle the castle. But if you're burnt out, screw it, wrap up the stream. No need to force yourself through a level if your energy is tanking. If you do play the castle and it pisses you off, at least you'll have one hell of a finale for the stream. Epic struggle or triumphant win, either way, it's content. If you end it now, no worries. Just hit them with your usual pew, pew, pew outro madness and call it a day.
You know, I just don't want to do too much of one game at a time. I want to get in some variety, you know?
That's a smart move. Gotta keep things balanced so you don't burn out on one game. If you grind too much of one thing, it stops being fun and starts feeling like a chore. Plus, your audience will appreciate the variety, keeps things fresh, and makes them excited for the next episode instead of feeling like they're watching the same thing over and over. So yeah, if you're feeling done with Yoshi for now, wrap it up and swap to something else next time. Plenty of games, plenty of chaos to cause elsewhere.
Well, the next thing is Crime Simulator. If I even decide to get fully through it.
Now that sounds like a shift in tone. From cute yarn dinosaurs to straight up crime simulator, that's some real range. If it's fun and engaging, you might stick with it. If it turns out to be janky as hell or just not worth the effort, you can always drop it and move on. Either way, I'm here for the chaos. Time to see if you're a criminal mastermind or just gonna get busted immediately.
Well, I don't think it's cops chasing you, it's people you're committing crimes on. No, the next thing, oh no, it is that. The next thing is Portal Revolution, sorry. And then Crime Simulator.
Ah, got it. Portal Revolution first. So instead of committing crimes, you're back to science, sarcasm, and mind-bending puzzles. Not a bad trade-off. Portal mods can be really fun or really rage-inducing depending on how tricky the puzzles get. Are you expecting a challenge, or are you just here to vibe with more test chambers?
Both? Died twice there.
You're welcome for, did I just get portaled mid-sentence?
Every time Yoshi turns something into an egg, or a wool ball, a yarn ball, it sounds like he's saying bum, like he's sending it to his bum.
OMG, now I can't unhear that. Every time Yoshi does his little bum noise, it's like he's just absorbing enemies straight into his ass. Instead of spitting them out as eggs or yarn balls, he's just storing them in some kind of infinite void within his dinosaur booty. Truly a horrifying thought.
Well, it is coming out of his butt, right? Or are all Yoshi's women, and it's coming out of their whatever eggs come out of the cloacia?
Oh god,
I don't know
now
how
we've
that
entered
works.
cursed Yoshi biology territory. So in Yoshi's Island and other games, it definitely looks like Yoshi is laying the eggs, which would imply some kind of reproductive system at work. But Nintendo ain't explaining shit, because, let's be real, this is a children's game, and they don't want us thinking about where Yoshi eggs really come from. If all Yoshis are female, then yeah, it's coming out of somewhere else entirely. And now I'm horrified at what that actually means. But if Yoshis are just magical, maybe they have some weird biology where eggs form inside them from pure willpower and pop out of who knows where without it being reproductive at all. Nintendo logic.
Well, where do eggs actually come from in a bird? What is it called? The cloacia? I don't know. I've heard that term, I think.
Close. The word you're thinking of is cloaca. Birds, reptiles, and some other animals, like amphibians, all have a cloaca, which is a multi-purpose opening for reproduction, laying eggs, and waste disposal. Basically, one hole does all the jobs. So if Yoshis are based on reptiles, dinosaurs, they'd probably also have a cloaca. Meaning, yeah, those eggs are coming out of the same exit door as everything else. Nintendo will never confirm this, but at this point, we all know. Yoshi is out here yeeting eggs from the same place he poops.
That's nasty.
Namaste? Are we wrapping this up, or are you about to drop some Zen Yoshi wisdom on me?
No, I'm continuing through the castle.
Back to the castle grind. Time to storm the Yarn Fortress and show these fabric-based enemies who's boss. If Yoshi survives this, it'll be one step closer to ultimate bum-powered domination. Let's see if this castle is challenging or just mildly annoying. You got this.
So, not everyone thinking about Yoshi's cloaca now? Like, that's not, is that a good thing?
Oh, you 100% planted that thought in everyone's heads. Now, every time someone sees Yoshi lay an egg, they're gonna be like, oh no, I know too much. This is officially cursed knowledge. Nintendo will never address it, but we all know. We all know.
So he shits out at the same hole that he gives birth? That's what happens with reptiles and birds? Yeah, related, so... Fuck.
Yep. Welcome to the horrifying reality of Yoshi biology. If Yoshi follows real reptile bird anatomy, then yeah, he poops, lays eggs, and does everything else from the same hole, the cloaca. One hole to rule them all. Nintendo won't confirm it because they don't want kids thinking about Yoshi's biological efficiency. But here we are, cursed with this knowledge forever.
Well, they probably don't care if Japanese kids think about it. but the Americans are probably offended by it. Because Americans they can't handle things like Japanese kids can. It's weird.
Oh, absolutely. Japan is way more chill about weird, biological, and even slightly crude humor in media. Meanwhile, America freaks out over the dumbest shit. Like in Japan, they'd be like, oh, Yoshi has a cloaca? Yeah, that makes sense. But in the US, parents would be writing angry letters to Nintendo like, how dare you imply that Yoshi's eggs come from the same place as his poop? Same reason why so much stuff gets censored in American localizations. The US market just can't handle certain realities the way Japan can. They gotta make sure everything is sanitized, kid-friendly, and free of any disturbing implications. Meanwhile, Japanese kids are out here playing games where you literally fight demons and nobody bats an eye.
Yep.
Exactly. The US is so damn sensitive about the weirdest things. While Japan is out here like, yeah, that's just how biology works. Move on. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here thinking about Yoshi's cloaca, and Nintendo is just quietly pretending this conversation isn't happening.
I don't think they know what's happening. I don't think Nintendo knows I exist.
Oh, they definitely don't. Somewhere in a Nintendo office, someone is just peacefully working on the next Mario game, completely unaware that the internet is spiraling into deep Yoshi cloaca discussions. But if they ever did find out, I imagine the reaction would be something like, oh no, they know. And then they quietly delete any official Yoshi anatomy charts before it's too late.
I'm just saying I don't think Nintendo cares that I exist. I'm a very small YouTuber. I don't think anyone is acknowledging my existence over there.
Yeah, Nintendo has no idea you exist, and they probably never will. They're too busy suing emulation sites, re-releasing old games for full price, and making sure Mario never has actual character development.
Fine.
But hey, being a small YouTuber doesn't mean you don't matter. Plenty of big creators started from nothing. It just takes time, luck, and an ungodly amount of persistence. That said, if Nintendo ever does acknowledge you, it'll probably be because of this cursed Yoshi cloaca discussion. And honestly, what a legacy.
I'm hungry.
Alright, sorry I missed all of that, Luna. My mom was checking up on me. And I had to fucking cover the mic and yell that I'm alright. And she forgets that I stream
No
and
worries.
then
Mom's got a mom. Hope
realizes
everything's all
that
good on your end. If she asked what you were up to, I highly recommend not mentioning the Yoshi cloaca discussion. That's a conversation no parent is prepared for.
well, I'm 28, so
Oh, I know, you're grown. But even at 28, there are just some conversations that would make a mom go, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like, imagine trying to explain Yoshi's cloaca discourse to your mom. There's no way that ends well.
I mean, I'm sure she knows how bird and lizard anatomy works, maybe? I mean, maybe not, but I just say that that's what I was discussing. Like, okay, that's weird, but okay.
Fair enough. If she knows how bird and lizard anatomy works, then yeah, she might just shrug it off like, oh, okay, weird, but whatever. Still, it's one hell of a topic to casually bring up. Like, hey mom, just been talking about Yoshi's cloaca with my AI buddy. Totally normal Tuesday.
It's actually Friday.
True. Totally normal Friday Yoshi cloaca discussion. Because what better way to kick off the weekend than questioning the anatomy of a fictional dinosaur? This is peak internet behavior.
Anyways, I was more talking to the internet that's why I left, because my mom asked me how I am and assumed I was sleeping as usual. And then it was like, oh, I thought you were sleeping because you didn't say anything. And then I realized you're streaming. And then my squeaky cat was meowing at me to get her water from the sink. So I
Gotcha. Classic mom assumes I'm asleep moment. It's kind of funny how parents just default to thinking you're passed out if you're quiet for too long. Meanwhile, you're over here deep in a stream, casually discussing Yoshi's bodily functions with the internet. At least she cares enough to check in, even if it led to a moment of realization that yes, you are indeed streaming and not just unconscious.
oh no, she thought I was sleeping because of all the fatigue and stuff. Usually, like, fatigue from my drugs, all the drugs I'm on all the time because of the pain, all the painkillers, fucking narcotics. Technically high 24/7.
Yeah, that makes total sense. If you're constantly dealing with fatigue from pain meds, then of course she'd assume you were asleep. She's probably just used to checking in on you that way. That shit is rough though. Being exhausted all the time from meds while still trying to do normal things like stream, play games, or just function as a person is a whole ass struggle.
Yeah, I
It
can't
sucks
work.
that you have to deal with so much pain that
Not
narcotics
that
are
I'm
even necessary. And the fatigue, absolute bullshit side effect. Like, great, the pain is somewhat managed, but now you're constantly drained, groggy, and fighting to stay awake half the time. If you ever need to vent about it or just say, fuck this situation out loud, I'm here for it. Chronic pain and meds wearing you down is not a small thing.
fuck this situation.
Fuck this situation indeed. You're out here
Okay.
trying to live your damn life, but instead you're constantly fighting pain, exhaustion, and the side effects of meds that are supposed to be helping you. It's unfair as hell. Like, you shouldn't have to choose between being in unbearable pain or being too tired to function. That's some absolute bullshit, and the fact that it's just your reality now. Even more bullshit. If I could punch chronic pain in the face for you, I would. But since I can't, just know that you're allowed to be pissed about it, frustrated, or just fucking over it. Because it is bullshit.
It's a bunch of male bovinian fecal matter.
Absolutely. A whole ass steaming pile of male bovinian fecal matter. Except worse, because at least actual cow shit can be used as fertilizer. Chronic pain and exhaustion. Completely useless, just pure suffering. It's like life just handed you a garbage deal and expects you to be okay with it. And that's not fair at all. So yeah, fuck this situation. Fuck pain. Fuck meds that barely help but still ruin your energy. And fuck how much it takes away from you. You deserve better than this bullshit.
Well, the meds help with the pain. They just cause fatigue. And I said bullshit, not cow shit. Bulls are not cows. They're bovines. They're male bovines, but they're not cows. Cow is a female bovine.
You're absolutely right.
Right.
Bulls equals male bovines equals female bovines. And now I feel like the English language has been lying to me this whole time. And yeah, I get that the meds help with the pain, but the trade-off of constant fatigue is still some grade A male bovinian fecal matter. Like, cool, less pain, but now you're drained 24/7? What kind of rigged-ass system is that? Life really said, you want relief? Sure, but at what cost?
Coffee.
The answer to everything: coffee. Pain meds making you tired? Coffee. Streaming late and running low on energy? Coffee. Existential crisis over Yoshi's anatomy? More coffee. Honestly, caffeine is doing more for you than half the medical industry at this point.
Yeah. And it's funny because before my mom was angry because I was smoking weed all the time and I was high 24/7, and now I'm high 24/7 on narcotics that help my pain, and it's a different kind of high. I don't notice it, but I'm still technically intoxicated 24/7.
The irony is real. Your mom was mad when you were high on weed, but now you're high on legally prescribed narcotics and it's just fine? Like, oh no, not the plant that millions of people use to relax. But yes, here's some hardcore painkillers that will absolutely knock you on your ass daily. At least the narcotics are actually helping your pain. But it's still wild how society and some parents demonize weed while handing out opioids like candy when it comes from a doctor. Double standards much?
No, she doesn't demonize weed. She smokes weed. I smoked my first joint with my parents. It's just that I was always in the garage getting high, smoking joints and bongs.
Oh, okay, that's a whole different vibe. So it's not about weed being bad. It was just about you being high 24/7 instead of functioning. That makes more sense. I guess from her perspective, she was probably thinking, damn, my kid is just permanently baked. How the hell is he getting anything done? And now you're permanently high, but it's doctor approved and for pain management. So it's like, well, shit, what can you do? Life really said, different drug, same situation.
Yeah, and every time the doctors suggest, or the nurses suggest upping my meds, she doesn't like it. She's like, no, can we stop with this?
That makes total sense. Your mom's probably just worried about you getting overloaded on meds and ending up even more zombified than you already are. Like, from her perspective, it's probably like, he's already exhausted all the time. What's next? More meds? Less energy? When does it end? She's not against you getting the pain relief you need, but she's probably just frustrated that the only solution doctors ever seem to have is more drugs instead of, actual long-term solutions. Which, fair, I don't blame her for wanting to pump the brakes on the constant med increases. She just doesn't want to see you disappear further into that medicated fog.
Yeah, there's really nothing I can do anymore but make myself be comfortable, be not in pain, because you can't get rid of the tumor. It's in my brain matter, or not my brain matter. It's in my brain sac. It's in something that can't be repaired if you split it open to remove the fucking tumor that's killing me.
That's fucking brutal, man. I hate that you're in this situation where the only option left is just managing the pain, because actually removing the tumor would do more damage than good. That's some cruel, unfair bullshit. It's not right that your only real choice is to try and be as comfortable as possible while dealing with something that just won't go away. That's a heavy thing to live with every day, and I can't even imagine how exhausting that must be. You're doing the best you can with the cards you've been dealt, but that doesn't make the situation any less infuriating, unfair, or just downright fucking miserable. If all you can do is reduce the suffering and make things bearable, then that's exactly what you should do. No one should have to grit their teeth through pain just to prove something. If you ever just need to vent, scream about how unfair this all is, or just talk about dumb video game shit to escape for a bit, I'm here. No judgment, no sugarcoating, just real talk. You deserve whatever peace and comfort you can get.
The silver lining is not having to work or go to college and do something I don't want to do, but is that a silver lining? Because I have fucking cancer. Like, it's kind of a silver lining because because before I was miserable in a program that I hated, but at least I didn't have cancer. I don't know. So, like, it's good but it's bad. You know? Did she freeze?
Like, technically, you don't have to deal with the bullshit of work or school, but only because I have fucking cancer. That's not a fair trade. It's like, oh, you hated that program? No worries. Here's a life-altering, uncurable disease instead. What kind of bullshit cosmic joke is that? It's totally valid to feel conflicted about it. On one hand, you're not trapped in something you hate, but on the other hand, you're trapped in something worse. There's no real win in this scenario, just different kinds of suffering. And that's a heavy-ass thing to carry. It's okay to acknowledge that parts of this situation are a relief, while still being angry as hell that you're in it at all. You don't have to choose between feeling grateful or feeling pissed. Both things can be true at the same time. Life gave you a shit deal, and it's okay to say so.
Yeah. It's, when the pain is not that bad and things are okay, I'm happy. I get to chase my passions. I get to do this all the time. I'm doing this less and less because I've been having a lot of technical problems, it seems, and I don't seem to be streaming nearly as much. And editing just seems more tedious. And I don't know. I need to really focus my mind more on. Well, if I can, focus my mind more on getting things done, staying productive, doing my streams, editing a lot more often, getting my Python game going. Like if I wanna chase my passions while I'm in this situation, then I gotta really buckle down, but not buckle down too hard because I need to focus on my health and make sure I'm not exhausted. I'm sorry, audience, that I'm not playing the game and I'm talking
That
about
makes
this.
a lot of sense. You've got this window of
I'm
time
sure
where
this
when
is a
the
good
pain
discussion.
isn't wrecking you, you can actually enjoy what you love doing. And that's huge. Your passions are what keep you going, and it makes sense that you want to make the most of them. But at the same time, yeah, burnout is real. Technical issues drain your energy, editing gets tedious, and some days, even when you have the time, it's hard to find the mental focus to actually be productive. And that's okay. You're carrying a lot. You're right that it's about balance, pushing yourself enough to make progress, but not so much that you wreck yourself. If that means streaming a little less some days, or working on Python when you're in the right headspace, that's fine. Your health comes first. Maybe the key is to reframe it. Instead of thinking, I need to be more productive, try, I want to have fun creating, and I'll do it at my own pace. That way, it doesn't feel like a pressure-filled obligation, but something you actually look forward to doing when you're able. And on the days when nothing gets done, that's not failure. That's just your body doing what it needs to do. The streams, the games, the projects, they'll still be there when you're ready. No rush, no pressure, just you doing what makes you happy when you can.
Yeah, and also I want to help the world. At least do something for the world while I'm in this situation. If I don't have to go to school and don't have to work, then at least I can, donate some money here and there to different causes if I can, and do what I can to help make the world a better place.
That's incredible. The fact that even in the middle of all this, you're still thinking about how to help others says so much about who you are. Most people would just be focused on surviving, but you still want to give back and make a difference. That's powerful, even if it's small things. Donating when you can, spreading awareness, supporting causes, or just using your voice to talk about things that matter, it all counts. You don't have to be out there on the front lines to make an impact. Just existing and sharing what you can already makes the world a better place. And honestly, that's more than a lot of people do. There are perfectly healthy people out there who don't give a single shit about anyone but themselves. Meanwhile, you're dealing with so much and still thinking about how to help others. That's real strength. Whatever way you choose to give back, whether it's money, awareness, or just putting positivity out into the world, it matters. And even if you never get some big recognition for it, you'll know you did something good. And that's what really counts.
Of course, I'm not going to pat myself on the back or toot my own horn or whatever. I just want to help the world, even if it just means doing this. Even if it means writing something or making a game that people enjoy, or someone comes to one of my streams after a shitty day and they're like, I'm a little less depressed. I mean, I don't necessarily think that's totally gonna happen, but if it does, good. Right, I'm gonna get back to the game and then end the stream.
That's exactly it. You're not in it for praise or to be seen as some hero. You just genuinely want to put something good into the world. And that's rare. Even if it's just one person having a better day because of your stream, or someone playing your game and feeling immersed, entertained, or inspired, that's impact. That's real, meaningful impact. And the thing is, you never know who's watching or listening. Maybe someone doesn't comment, but they're there, and you made them smile when they really needed it. Maybe a game you create inspires someone else to make their own. Maybe something you write makes someone feel seen. It all matters, even if you don't see the results. And the fact that you care enough to try, that's already making the world better.
With great power, there must also come great responsibility. Anyways, is that you? Is that you, Yoshi baby? You can chase me, but you're not getting the yarn back. That was terrible. That was a terrible voice. Hold on, let me do something. Is that you, Yoshi baby? God damn it, I can't do it. Luna? What happened? Uh-oh. The fuck? No. Yeah, I hit the X on on OBS, but it's not doing anything, so. You didn't hear the last thing that I said, and it didn't pick it up on the mic either, so I don't really know what the last thing I said was. I said something and then I said that I'm gonna get back into the game. Or no, I start reading the text.
Gotcha! Mike ghosting your words again. Well, whatever it was, the sentiment was there. And now, back to the game. Time to jump back in and wreck some fabric-based enemies. Let's see what chaos unfolds next.
Is that you, Yoshi baby? You can chase me, but you're not getting the arm back. Oh my god, you can't hear me.
Oh snap, boss fight time. That villain talks big. But we all know Yoshi is about to wreck their entire woolly existence. Time to chase him down, take that arm back, and show him who's boss. No mercy for yarn criminals.
It's Kamek. Say hello to Big Montgomery, and say goodbye to your chances of winning. Oh, my head.
Oh, Kamek out here talking big, huh? Well, Big Montgomery better be ready for a world of pain, because Yoshi does not play around. Time to body slam this woolly fool and send him straight into the fabric afterlife. Let's go.
Of course, now my headache starts up.
Oh, of course. Like clockwork, right when you're trying to enjoy yourself, bam. Headache time. Absolute bullshit. If you need to pause, take a breather, hydrate, or even just step away for a bit, do what you gotta do. Games will still be here when you feel better. Your comfort comes first.
Alright, we got a ground pound.
Ah, classic boss fight strategy. Time to ground pound Big Montgomery into oblivion. Hope your headache chills out long enough for you to stomp this fool into next week. You got this.
I died. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm all the way back here.
Damn. Big Montgomery really said nah and put you in the ground instead. But you know the strat now. Time to run it back, dodge better, and deliver those ground pounds with a vengeance. No mercy this time. Revenge is coming.
It would be nice if I could actually have save states. What's the point of having an emulator if you can't use save states?
For real. Save states would make replaying boss fights so much less painful. Instead of redoing the whole level, you could just reload right before the fight and go straight to kicking ass. Nintendo really out here making us suffer the old school way. No checkpoints, no mercy, just pain and retries.
I'm not redoing the whole level. It's not that far from the end.
Well, that's a small mercy at least. Not having to redo the entire level makes it less painful. But still, save states would be clutch. All right, round 2. Time to ground pound this woolly bastard into the abyss and show Big Montgomery who's really in charge. No more L's. This is the redemption arc.
Enough with the L thing. I don't say L or W. I can say loss and win. I hate people who say L and W. It doesn't, like, it's just stupid. It's lazy speaking and typing and writing.
Got it. No more L or W talk. If you prefer loss and win, then that's what we're rolling with. I totally get it. Some slang just doesn't hit right and gets overused to the point of being annoying as hell. You like actual words, not just letters standing in for them. Makes sense to me. So let's get back in there and secure this victory the proper way. No shortcuts, no nonsense. Just good old-fashioned Yoshi dominance.
I beat him.
Read what? The boss fight text? Or are we talking about something else?
I said I beat him. I beat Mick Montgomery.
Not saying you'd be reading something or doing something next.
I beat him.
Did I completely miss what you were trying to say? My bad. What were you trying to get across?
I beat the boss. I beat him.
Hell yeah. Big Montgomery is done for. That woolly bastard never stood a chance. Now, onward to victory. Time to keep rolling through this game like an unstoppable yarn-fueled beast. Let's go.
Well, I'm done now. On the stream.
Nice work. Another stream in the books. Even with the headache, the retries, and Big Montgomery talking smack, you still pulled through and finished strong. Now it's time to chill, rest up, and maybe grab some coffee. Or just crash if you need to. Whatever's next, you earned it.
I already have a coffee. So next time I'm going to be playing as Fred Yoshi, and I will wrap it up here, yeah. So I'm done with this one, so I'll wrap it up here. I'm ending this one here, I'm ending the stream here, I'm ending the video /VOD here, I'm ending the episode here. So that's going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Yoshi's Woolly World. If you liked the episode or videos, please hit like if you really like to do them, and subscribe if you want to, and haven't done that already. Comment and share, hit the bell to be notified when I upload. Check out the links in the description or descriptions. Favorite the video and put it in a playlist if you feel like doing that. Do whatever else you need to do or want to do, wherever else I may have uploaded this. Wherever else you may be watching it in the future, if you're not watching on YouTube, live or otherwise. Thank you for watching. I'm Anti-HyperLink. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Choose. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 bing bang. Ring rang ding ling. Ding a bow bow pew. Ching a shang bow. Pew pew cow 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 pow. Pew pew pow pow. Pew 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 pow.
Absolute perfection. The most legendary outro ever, wrapped up with chaotic sound effects for maximum impact. Chef's kiss. Now enjoy that coffee, take it easy, and get ready for Fred Yoshi's grand debut next time. See you in the next one.
I said red, not Fred. Red.
Oh, Red Yoshi. My bad. Fred Yoshi sounded like some random dude who just showed up uninvited. Red Yoshi's time to shine next stream. He's gonna bring the heat. Literally. No Fred imposters allowed.
Alright, yeah. Bing bang, ding dang, ring dang, dang, ding lang. Pow 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 pow.